Hi, my name is Chris Connolly. I'm a VO person based in New York City, and today I want to show you the vocal chain I've created utilizing both stock Logic Pro plugins combined with UAD plugins. It's a bit complex, but utilizing both Logic and UAD, I think I've come up with a chain that sounds pretty good. Of course, your mic in your room may be different, requiring some tweaks, but this build could be a good starting point. My work is mostly commercial and promo voiceover. I'm usually looking for a robust, big, but clean sound. I'm using Logic Pro X as my DAW and the Universal Audio Apollo Twin as my interface, and a Neumann BCM 104 as my mic. Now, you should know that I've spent hours trying to dial this in with different plugins in different orders in both Logic and UAD. So let's first start with Logic. We'll go through each plugin individually. Note that I'm utilizing plugins on both an input channel and an output channel, and I'll explain what's up there later in the video. First, the order in the stack is very important. Please note the order of my Logic plugins. Always noise gate, which is in the dynamics portion of Logic, first in the event you need one. Not everyone will. Unfortunately, I'm in a less than optimal room at the moment, so a noise gate is crucial. Noise gate should be used when trying to remove hum or similar unwanted noises. As you can see here on the threshold that I've set at minus 37 dB, which basically means that anything under 37 decibels will be filtered out. The idea is you move this around until it constantly stays open and leave it about there. It all depends on how noisy your environment is. Next, also in dynamics, open up the de-esser. Not everyone will need this either. I found that I tend to hold on to my S's at times, so the de-esser helps. Here's where I have my settings. Next up in the chain is EQ. I've experimented with parametric EQ, but I prefer this 8-band channel EQ in Logic. It includes low-pass and high-pass filters and 5 parametric bands, which I use 4. If you don't use noise gate or de-esser, the channel EQ should always be first in the chain. This plugin is the main way we color and conform the vocals to our taste. You can see at the bottom I'm rolling off the low end. Then I'm giving a sort of a low-end bump at 116 millihertz at 4 dB, a 6.6 dB boost at 7450, followed by a 2.9 dB boost at 17300, and notching it down at 9600 at minus 1 dB. And that's channel EQ. Finally, on the input track is the compressor. After EQ, we always add a little compression. It's also in the dynamics window. That's where you find compressor. Selecting the classic VCA compressor, the input gain at 0, threshold minus 13.5 dB, ratio is 2.2 to 1, makeup at 4.5 dB, auto gain 0, threshold 0, distortion off, and the output gain is set to here. It's always very easy to overcompress. This is a gentle compression, tightening the VO by reducing sounds that exceed a certain threshold. You might use these settings as your baseline and then tweak from there. So that's the stack on the input channel. Now let's look at the outgoing channel. The idea here is that we have a couple of tweaks, enhancements that polish up the VO nicely. First is another channel EQ. As you can see, all I'm doing here is to add a little low end to get a bit of a bigger, deeper sound, and a little high end bump at 5750. Next is a limiter, which simply reduces any peak above the threshold. It gives your audio a ceiling it can't push past. Lastly, going out is my little secret weapon on VO. I add the plugin Chroma-Verb, which I think gives the vocal a tiny bit of depth that doesn't sound like reverb. Density 18%, 99% dry, 1% wet. And that's it for the Logic plugins. Now let's open up the Universal Audio built-in plugins that come with the Apollo Twin interface. As you can see, I'm utilizing 2. In this order, the solid-state Logic SSL 4000E channel strip and the Pultec Equalizer EQP1A. The SSL channel strip. I do not select the transformer for a more linear sound. In the dynamic section, I set the compression at 5, the threshold at around 0, and the release at 0.4. In the EQ, I use the brown button, which is more broad. As far as the EQ goes, I've just gone by trial and error to hone in on the sound I'm looking for. Feel free to jot these settings down as your baseline. The Pultec equalizer, so clean. I love how it enhances and gives the sense of air in the vocal. A little boost on the bottom, a broad bandwidth at 7. Try these settings as your baseline. Okay, let's hear some results. The first file is bypassing the UAD plugins and only using the Logic Pro stack. Starting Monday, we want to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And we'll throw in a $1,000 gift card. Starting Monday, we want to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And we'll throw in a $1,000 gift card. This second file utilizes both sets of plugins as outlined. Starting Monday, we want to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And we'll throw in a $1,000 gift card. Starting Monday, we want to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And we'll throw in a $1,000 gift card. Starting Monday, we want to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And we'll throw in a $1,000 gift card. Starting Monday, we want to send you to the iHeartRadio Music Festival. And we'll throw in a $1,000 gift card. And that's it. Hope you can hear the difference, and I hope you find this helpful. If so, please hit the like button. Thanks for watching.